Hey, 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 good morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options, and this is the morning market preparation video for July 18th, 2018. So, happy days, huh? We had the Dow pushing above and confidently holding on to this 250 level or 25,000 level in the Dow. Really nice moves yesterday as those bulls dug in. We had that dip down in early on in the session as the market kind of reacted to Netflix. And I'll tell you, I was honestly prepared for the potential that the bears might take control. But that didn't occur, and the bulls dug in and really pushed higher. So you can see here in the Dow, we or the diamonds, we moved above this resistance level. That's a great thing to see. Now we need to hold that as support. You can see our next resistance level is up here. And one thing I want to point out is we're up, a significant in a significantly sharp move up in the market. So don't be at all too surprised if the market sees a little softness, a little pullback even today or anytime soon, just because we've moved up so strongly and so sharply. Now, the thing that could prevent that from happening is the fact that we are heavily into earnings, and that earnings, there just seems to be a huge anticipation of good, strong earnings this quarter. So kind of keep that in mind. We could continue to push higher. We don't necessarily have to pull back or rest, but we don't want to ignore the fact that the possibility is there. So kind of keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY, beautiful job yesterday in this rally. Nice bullish engulfing candle, breaching above this resistance level. Nice to see. Now, we just barely got above there, so it will be interesting to see if the SPY can follow through on that, or at a minimum hold on to that level today, just maybe with a little rest or something. And then notice that we've got our next resistance level up here, which would be that all-time high in the SPY. Just amazing moves yesterday, really showing some nice strength as those bulls really stepped up to the plate. If we take a look at the Qs, a nice bullish engulfing candle, pushing higher and setting a new record high in the NASDAQ. So we have a nice trend that's continuing on. We got all messy in here, but breaking out, holding that. We had a strong test, gap down below even, strong test of that breakout level of support, and the bulls responded strongly to that, pushing the market higher. Let's take a look at IWM. Even the IWM, the small cap, just kind of it pushed off of this support level here yesterday. Didn't really do much. All the focus seems to be in the diamonds and the SPY and the Qs right now. IWM's just kind of taking a rest here, consolidating, but there's nothing wrong with this chart. There's no bearishness here yet, other than the potential here of a double top high if we were to fail through support. If we can get those bulls, or if those bulls can continue to stay inspired and pushing this back up, that would be a great place for a potential entry in IWM if that were to occur. Let's take a look at the VIX. The old VIX started up yesterday. Early in the morning, we started higher and then reversed as those bulls stepped in, pushing us back down toward this long-term downtrend line that we could use as support. And we're also moving back down here toward this level of support right in here off these prices. So any place in this range right here could serve as a bit of a level of support. Right now we're hanging in here pretty nice and everything's looking good on the VIX. Not much for fear in the market. Let's take a look at T21.22, that 4-week new high, new low ratio. And as you can see, we pushed back up here. What's good about this chart is we moved up so sharply yesterday, but notice that we still have plenty of upside room, but don't fail to notice that we have plenty of downside room as well, as we're just kind of locked around that 50 point here. So anything is possible. Just kind of keep that in mind as you plan your day forward. Let's hope those bulls continue to push their way and through here on the market. Let's go back here and let's take a look at the economic calendar. Economic calendar today has a couple of really big ones. First, housing starts comes out prior to the market open. That's going to be important. Now they're expecting housing starts to diminish just slightly, but stay very, very strong. Year on year. What's interesting is that permits are actually moving up. So there's an awful lot of building coming into the pipeline, it looks, here in the near future. So kind of keep that in mind. Those permits are moving up. We have the petroleum status report today at 10:30, and then we have Beige Book at 2. Now, I think it's unlikely Beige Book will move the market around, but you never want to ignore that. It always comes out about 2 weeks before the next Fed meeting. So just one of those things you kind of got to pay attention to. The petroleum status report, however, with oil prices sinking, if we were actually to get a number that shows a decline in supplies, that could actually help bolster those oil prices. If we show rising supplies, that could be a problem for oil prices. So watch that one closely. And other than that, we have the Fed speaker speaking, the Fed chair, I should say, speaking at 10 o'clock today to the House Financial Committee. On the earnings calendar, we have 66 companies reporting earnings today. Morgan Stanley, for example, has already reported this morning and reported stronger than expected earnings. You can see Morgan Stanley will be gapping up this morning. We have U.S. Bancorp reporting today, and just quite a few other stocks reporting today. Now, this afternoon we have a lot going on with Alcoa reporting this afternoon, American Express reporting this afternoon. Plus, there's eBay reporting. Just quite a few big companies like IBM and KMI all reporting this afternoon. So keep that in mind. There's going to be a lot of activity after the bell today. So think about that as you plan your day. Looking at these markets, I just wanted to reiterate that we're showing lots of bullishness here. And I in no way, shape, or form want to suggest that there's anything bearish here in the market. I just want to point out that we're up pretty sharply. And you want to be careful about buying stocks at price resistance. If a stock is well within its move, if it's been rallying several days and it's pushing up near a resistance level, let's say we have a price resistance up in here and the stock has been moving up, but we've pushed up into this level, just have not broke out. As a matter of fact, a lot of the patterns we're seeing right now is we've been up here and we've pulled back and now we're pushing right up next to that level. Be real careful in buying right at that level. Be more of a seller at resistance than a buyer at resistance. It's a problem that plagued me for a long time as a trader. One of my rules that I trade by is I buy stocks at or near price support. I don't want to be buying stocks at or near price resistance, because that is exactly the place where we can see failure patterns occur and those stocks drive lower. So if you're looking at trades and those stocks are pushing up toward those resistance areas but have not broke through yet, be really careful in chasing them at resistance. You could be really disappointed. Be the person that buys that stock down in here, takes that low risk trade where your stop loss is close, and if you lose, if you're wrong, and we can all be wrong. There's no guarantee in the market ever. But I want to take less risk in a trade rather than having a stop loss that has to be significantly far away for the last swing low and see that come all the way back down, taking a big hit in the account. So watch that closely. Everyone, hey, I want to wish you all a fantastic day. I want to wish you great profits. Currently, the futures are pointing to a slightly lower open right now. They were initially looking at just a slightly positive open, but a slightly lower open seems to be a possibility this morning. So be careful. Protect your gains today in case the bears do kind of take over a little bit and push us back down to test some support levels. Everyone have an awesome day. I wish you great profits. I wish you great success in your trading. And if there's anything we can ever do here at Hit and Run Candlesticks to help you with that, please don't hesitate to ask. That's what we're here for. Please do me a favor. If this is the first time you've seen these videos, do click that subscribe button on YouTube and the follow me button on Facebook. Click those thumbs up buttons, and please feel free to drop a comment and share this video with any friends and family. I always appreciate those comments, and I do try to respond back to as many of them as possible. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you all bright and early Thursday morning. Take care.